Okay, guys, so the first episode of freaking Grendizer U has dropped, so let's review it. Let's talk about it. So the episode started us off, of course, showing us a little bit of space, which is pretty nice, and we see Grendizer pretty much coming to the Earth finally, right? So it's pretty interesting because we get to see Duke, the way he looks, the helmet, he looks great, the design is pretty darn good. And I gotta say, the animation looks pretty good here. So you get to see the Photon Lab, of course, which is great. Junso looks so freaking, young, Sayaka's dad. And of course, we get to see Sayaka as well, which is pretty darn awesome that we get to see her already in the series. And of course, we see Duke walking in the desert, collapsing. Now, of course, we know Sayaka is the one looking for him. I mean, she has a pink truck. What do you think? Big face reveal? Of course they did. So she finds Duke, of course, and there's quite a few things here because not only does she find Duke, but she also gets attacked. Yeah, she gets attacked by the freaking Hell's army. Yes, Dr. Hell is around. Still kicking, guys. He's still kicking. So she fights. Well, she doesn't fight. She just flies, and she still gets captured, of course. Because what did you expect, Sayaka? Like, really? What were you expecting? So she gets captured, and who comes to save her? Oh yeah, Kauto Koji in Mazinger C, which looks pretty good. I like the way down this Mazinger look. Honestly, the black with a little bit of gold looks great on it. That's a Scrander, of course. So then we get the intro, which is actually really darn good. And one thing I love about the intro is how they have, you see the spacers, which look really darn awesome next to Grendizer. And the intro is something that you have to see, but then you get this little splash page of Grendizer, Mazinger C with the spacers flying around it, and you see the whole team, and this makes me hopeful because we all know the main spacer, the big one, is flown by Duke himself. Now the other one, the Marine and the Drill, we got the two pilots there, and Koji's gonna be a Mazinger C and Sayaka's gonna be on the double spacer. Hopefully that's how it goes, because in the original series, if you have seen it, Koji just uses the double spacer, and only one time, well, I haven't watched the original Grendizer series fully, but I've seen a couple of the OVAs, and in one of them, Koji does get on great Mazinger to help Duke fight, but that's pretty much it. These two don't team up a lot, so Duke is there, taking care of the horses, just like he should be. It makes sense. It's been 3 months already since he got there. And Koji is here, and you can see that Koji, his character design is a little bit different. He doesn't look like that hot-headed kid. The hair is different, of course. The sideburns are a little bit different also. The way he dresses is different as well. But that is to be, expected. So they go shopping. They go shopping for some outfits, maybe something for Duke, maybe something for Koji, maybe something for Sayaka. really is not explained. But Sayaka's father does find something, you know, he pretty much figures out what was in that image, and it's Grendizer. You can see Grendizer in the image there, cleared up, you know. He's a giant mech, of course, so that's pretty cool. And Koji actually does something that we never thought Koji was gonna do. Yes, he is actually racing. Yeah, he's actually in motorcycle racing, which is really awesome that he's in Mojo P, obviously. And the circuit looks to be their own take of the Jazz Marine circuit, which is the one in Saudi Arabia, the one in Dubai. It looks to be their own take on that. And yeah, this is his bike, and those are his colors. Very interesting that those are his colors, because normally Koji's outfit is pretty close to the colors of Mazinger. Not 100%, but this is really a drastic change for him, because it's blue, it's yellow, like a yellowish green, you know, and it's interesting that they went with that. So this is a whole different Koji, which is okay. And of course Koji wins. In Sayaka, this is what I think, honestly, in this universe, that Koji, you know, he's a pro motorcycle racer that has already fought Dr. Hell a few times, you know. He has Mazinger, of course, and Sayaka probably was a, you know, not only did she know Koji, but she's also a race queen, which makes sense for her outfit, you know, to be like that. But it is pretty nice that they went with something like that. So he tells Duke that he should be, you know, giving it a try, and Duke gets in there, and there's a crash, and looks like Duke's gonna crash, but this happens. He goes into a trippy universe, and he just remembers stuff from his past, and boom, he uses his abilities to avoid the crash completely and win. And then Duke, you know, tells Koji how he's, you know, a millionaire and all that stuff, and Koji's like, not really, you know. But then alarm rings out, and Koji goes to the powder, which is pretty awesome that they kept it inside the truck, which is pretty nice. So he goes, and this is gonna be a big difference here. And this is Koji's house, at least in this part of the world from the looks of it. And Mazinger comes out from the pool, and there we go. I was not expecting this. Now the Scrander comes out from a building, which is interesting that it comes out from there, and I was not expecting for Mazinger to come out that fast. Honestly, I was expecting Mazinger to be, you know, held back a little bit more, but he does. He freaking does. So Duke has a flashback, and it is revealed that the one that destroyed the planet where Duke is from was Grendizer. Grendizer went berserk. Duke wasn't able to control it. Nothing was working, so that's what happened. And then he, you know, remembers some of his loved ones and what happened, and he just wakes up, you know. But Koji saves a bus, of course, and Sayaka's gonna tell him about Mazinger, all that stuff, but he just runs away and steals Sayaka's pink truck, and Koji finds him, and basically, you know, they talk about, you know, Koji tells him to, you know, tell him what the hell's going on, and he tells him, well, everything that he needs to know. And this image of Grendizer looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? So he tells him about Grendizer, and about the Empire. And then the Empire attacks, obviously, because that's just how it goes in anime. You say something, you know the bad guys are gonna be coming there soon. So Koji takes off, goes and fights with Mazinger, and he's actually having a lot of success destroying the UFOs. And then of course comes one of the big ones, which he does try to hit it with the photon beam, misses a few times, fires with Fire Blaster. Fire Blaster gets stopped. Yes, it does get stopped by Invisible Shield, and Koji is losing this fight from the looks of it. Even the Rocket Punch, the Mighty Rocket Punch, gets blocked as well. Koji calls on the Scrander because, hey, if you didn't know, the Scrander is not just wings, it's not just for flight. It gives Mazinger more power. And he just takes off. Fight this threat head on. But not going pretty good for him, and sadly, the Scrander gets destroyed. Yeah, the Scrander gets destroyed, gets the wings cut off. Koji drops to the ground. And this part is pretty cool. Not only does Mazinger, you know, is on the ground, but look at how he recovers. Look how he recovers. Boom! That is so badass. That is so badass. What they did there was so badass. Using the Rocket Punch as a way to get up, get behind it, grab it by the neck, and then then freaking Fire Blasted in the freaking neck. That was so awesome. That was so cool. When I saw that, I was like, holy shit, I have to do that pose when I get Mazinger. Blitzway Mazinger, by the way. I have to do that. So that was pretty awesome, you know, and everybody celebrates, you know. It's Mazinger CE, he's the hero, you know. Mazinger has been through a lot of battles from the looks of it, and then two assholes arrive. Yes. And Koji's ready to go, and then something happens. He goes to punch one of them, and boom, Mazinger's arm gets destroyed by the shield. Yes, the Iron Castle has broken, which is pretty sad. And then it gets caught by the other one, and the head gets ripped off. Now, you think they wouldn't do the blood? They actually did. They did do the blood. They do, and the emotions, that's the thing that people don't understand about super robots. And people say super robots in the series are just a bunch of screaming and one-upping themselves and all that stuff. Dude, the emotion that these robots show when they get hurt, when they take damage, or just standing there is so freaking good. Remember, these guys, they're not moving their lips, they're not moving the eyes, everything's just static. But the way they drew them and the way you see the emotion, the way it's filmed and everything, it just makes them, I don't know, even more lifelike. Like, it's so freaking awesome the way they do it, and I just love it. I just love it. And I love that they added the blood there, or aka the oil. Even they added it in color. I didn't think they were gonna do it in color, and they did, which is really awesome. So Duke gets fed up finally, and he used Dark Beam. Yes, and Grendizer finally comes out on the desert. Duke suits up, gets in the cockpit of Grendizer, comes down. Koji is about to give up pretty much because he can't escape. But Then Duke connects with him. And boom! Just like that. We don't see it. We don't see it. Just like that, Grendizer is holding Mazinger's head. Just like that. So what I thought was originally gonna happen didn't happen. I thought that when I saw Grendizer going berserk, I thought that maybe Koji was gonna fight the bad guys, and then when Duke tries to help Koji, he goes berserk and then he rips Mazinger's head off, but that doesn't happen. So I'm good with that. So everybody's pretty surprised of the giant robot, and of course, how do you finish it off? You just have to. Space Thunder Man. And it looks great, and just like a badass, doesn't even move. No flinch, no nothing. Completely wipes them out. No problem. No freaking problem for Grendizer. While still holding Mazinger's head, and Koji's still there. And then it ends. Yeah, it ends. You know, you get the ending theme there. Ending song, which is actually pretty badass. We see a little bit things to come. And then, oh, look who we have here. Two young ladies talking about Grendizer and Duke being in one planet. And then we know what's gonna happen. They're gonna invade. They're gonna try and take it out. Of course. And then we see the army right there. And yeah, that is basically what the next episode is gonna be called. And there we go. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I gotta say, it hooked me. I think this is gonna be really darn good. I think there's a lot of potential here. Like I said before, hopefully they keep Koji Mazinger and they don't move him to the TFO. I hope they don't do that, because that was, you know, from the OVAs that I saw, that was my complaint. I was like, they're just wasting Koji here. I mean, I want to see him fight with Mazinger. You know, this big, it's like, oh, Grendizer appeared. Oh, great, Mazinger is here. Oh yeah, Mazinger. See, let's just leave it there. It's like, I didn't like that they did that. It just makes it feel like cheap. It's like, yeah, Mazinger C is here. Yeah, we're not gonna use him. You know. Hopefully that does not happen here, and hopefully great Mazinger appears, and hopefully get a Robo does at some point. That would be so awesome if they do. And I do hope Mazinger gets an upgrade, and heck, maybe he'll turn into Mazinger U. You know, we might see an upgraded Mazinger, which makes sense for them to upgrade it after this defeat so early in the series. It would be great. Maybe Mazinkaiser. Oh man, if they come out with Mazinkaiser, they bring Mazinkaiser out, that'll be pretty awesome. Which honestly, that's my dream super robot team, like Mazinger Emperor G, Mazinkaiser, and Grendizer. And I'm only missing one to finish that whole lineup. And when it comes to my model kit / figure collection, I'm only missing one. Well, I'm missing two, but Mazinkaiser, I already bought and paid for it. You know, I'm just waiting for the release date for that one, which is gonna be pretty awesome. Thank you, Blizzway and Riobot, for that Mazinger Emperor G. I cannot wait to get my hands on that. That's gonna be one hell of a display. Honestly, that's gonna be awesome. And of course, Shingetter. Who doesn't love Shingetter, especially in black from 3-0. So yeah, guys, that does it for this review. I know I had to put a bunch of stuff on the screen just to hide stuff, so these guys don't get mad and this video doesn't get taken down. and that's why I didn't show any audio from the series. Hopefully it's transformative enough, but yeah, I cannot wait for the next episode. This came out on Friday, so I'm guessing it's gonna come out, well, it's Saturday here. I know it's, yeah, so yeah, next week for episode 2, I'll definitely be covering the whole series. I'm very interested in it and it looks great. So if you want, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.